Yeah, them casinos said, you got me messed up. You got me twisted with somebody else. I'm not obligated to do anything. It's your girl, Goddess Raven. And this is, of course, Goddess Raven News and Tarot Readings. Y'all is showing me up in the comments. Y'all talking about Bruno Mars and, that the casinos are obligated to not let you gamble until you get into those type of debts and stuff. And why would they let Bruno get into those type of debts and this, that, and the other? And this is fake and this and the... Okay. Let me tell you something. MGM and Borgata can let compulsive gamblers keep betting. So even if you are a known gambling addict, a fiend, they're going to let you keep gambling. Baby, I remember going down to Atlantic City and seeing Japanese, Chinese, Asian people laid out on the floor with their credit cards in the street, bawling their eyes out because I'm like, oh God, oh my gosh, are you okay? Is everything all right? You're in the street, sir. Everything, all my cards maxed out. There's no money. I have no money left. Yeah, blew it all playing in the casinos. I've seen it countless times on visits down to AC and Vegas, seeing people broke, okay? Playing money that could have bought a house. Yeah, and not only that, do you realize that back in the day, people used to be able to use their actual home car, everything as collateral for their gambling? Mother effers out here were losing houses behind their addiction. Okay? Casinos are in the business to make money, y'all. They don't give a damn about the fact that you got a damn addiction. They can care less. And not only that, MGM Grand is not obligated to tell you about any of their employees or celebrities who have debt with their casino. And you know what? The big teller of the fact that mofo might owe some money to the casino is the fact that he's been at the casino doing shows consistently for a very long time and has not moved on. And not only that, has added more shows to the casino so he can pay off that money. You think it's just coinky-dink that he's still continuing to book and extending his bookings and keeps extending his bookings at this casino? You think it's just coinky-dink? No. He would love to be somewhere else or doing tours and doing different shows. No. I pay that money. All right. Shannon Sharp said his people said that when it was sitting next to his butt, it was what, $15-17 million that man owed. People in the know. These casinos ain't obligated to tell you a mother flipping thing about any of these people's debt. Because if they tell you about this man's debt and how they allowed him, knowing full well he was a compulsive gambler or gambling addict, a gambling fiend, and now they got him basically doing shows to pay off that damn debt, you might not want to go to that casino because they come off looking like predators. Hello? They come off looking like predators. Would you want to go there? Knowing full well they don't let this man rack up a damn debt? Yes or no? Answer me. So let's get into some damn tea, y'all. Okay? We're going to get into some tea. Y'all hit that like and comment. Drop that comment, hit that like and subscribe. So here it is. Judge in the Borgata A judge in Borgata MGM case rules casinos have no duty to stop compulsive gamblers from betting. That means if you are addict, you a fiend, you on your own. Okay? And like I said, Bruno has been gambling since he was 19 years old and lost money and gambled and gambles and gambles. He still gambles. And you put him in a location right in the casino? You put a gambling head in a casino and you think that man is not going to run up a debt? Let me tell you something. That's like putting a crackhead in a warehouse where all the drugs at. You think that drug head ain't gonna use all them drugs in that damn warehouse? Come on now, stop. So yeah, the exterior of the Borgata Casino. So yeah, this was just recently on January 31st, 2024. A judge dismissed a lawsuit against the Borgata and its parent company, MGM Resorts International, brought by a man who says he is a compulsive gambler and that the company had a legal obligation to stop him from gambling. Well, the judge said, no, the casino don't have an obligation to you to stop you from gambling. So that means if you rack up a $10 million debt, a $15 million debt, a $50 million debt, oh, well. That's right, Atlantic City, New Jersey. Atlantic City casinos have no legal obligation to stop compulsive gamblers from betting. A judge ruled dismissing a lawsuit from a self-described problem gambler who accused the Borgata and its parent company, MGM Resorts International, of plying him with offers to gamble despite knowing about his addiction. U.S. District Court Judge Madeline dismissed a lawsuit on January 31st by Sam Antar against the gambling company, saying the voluminous rules and regulations governing gambling in New Jersey do not impose a legal duty upon casinos to cut off compulsive gamblers. Now, if it's like that in Jersey, what do you think they got in Vegas? Same company. The Jersey casino law regulates the responsibility of casinos as they relate to compulsive gamblers, but it is notably silent on whether casinos or even online gambling platforms may induce people who has a compulsive gambling behavior to patronize their business. She also cited that two previous New Jersey cases in which a compulsive gambler and a patron who claimed to have lost money gambling while drunk sued unsuccessfully. So there is no loophole to get out of it. And the only way a celebrity who's already booked with the casino is able to pay it off is those additional shows that they were advertising while talking about denying the debt. They're not obligated to tell you that Bruno owes money. They're not. And if Bruno says don't tell the public that I owe that debt, they don't have to tell. They don't have to. They'll just quietly add more shows, and that man will just have to pay it off. So similar lawsuits have been dismissed in other states, including even Indiana. The New Jersey legislation has not yet seen fit to require casinos to prevent or even stop inducing gambling from those that exhibit problem gambling behavior. As a matter of law, the defendants do not owe a negligence common law duty to care about the plaintiffs. The casinos don't have to give a damn about y'all. This is not just about me. This is about all the people across the country who have addictions. When are we as the country going to address it? They don't care. New Jersey, like other states, has a program in which gamblers can voluntarily exclude themselves from in-person or online betting. The casino must honor that list and have been fined by regulators for allowing self-excluded gamblers to place bets. So even when they were on a list saying not to let them place bets, they still were placing bets. Do you want to know how much this man gambled and lost? Now, Antar, who has homes in New York and Long Island Beach and Long Branch and New Jersey, gambled $30 million over $100,000 bets during 9 months in 2019. Okay? According to his lawsuit, which does not specify how much he actually lost. Antar says he is not certain of the amount, and his lawyer, Matthew Litt, said it was at least six figures. His lawsuit made some of the same claims that were raised and rejected by a judge in another person's lawsuit targeting Atlantic City casinos. In 2008, a federal judge ruled against New York gambler who sued 7 Atlantic City casinos that she said had a duty to stop her from gambling. She lost nearly $1 million over 2 years, including days-long gambling binges. They're not required. This man, if it's true that this man does have a gambling addiction, which they say he does, can you imagine? Now, this is all allegedly, okay? But let's get into another situation involving casinos, right? Let's talk about what Vegas casinos do and why they might not tell if Bruno does have a debt. Because if they do this to Chinese wealthy people, what do you think they do for celebrities to keep them anonymous? So Vegas casino attempts to collect a debt, exposes world of Chinese high rollers. That's right. Now, this was just 2016, not too long ago, in the post 9/11 era, with cash transactions under tighter control. Las Vegas casinos keep the money flowing in part by luring wealthy Chinese gamblers. But a case involving the Sands Casino shows how show players and backroom loans are often part of the game. Now, by the time the Las Vegas Sands Corp tried to collect on the gambling debts last year, the two women owed $6.4 million lost during a few disastrous days of baccarat. But when the Sands asked prosecutors to press criminal charges against the two over the bad debts, attorneys for the two women struck back with surprising allegations. You want to know what those allegations is against Yang and Son? Yang and Son weren't high-state gamblers. Their attorneys say in a court filing they were local housekeepers recruited with the cooperation of the Sands Casino personnel to take out millions of dollars in credit in their names and sit near players as they gambled with borrowed chips. The real gamblers then were able to play without a paper trail at the company's Palooza and Viennese casinos at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. Understand what I just said to you. MGM does not have to tell you if Bruno's playing, or if Bruno gambled, or if Bruno owes a debt. Look what they're doing for Chinese wealthy gamblers. They can play without a paper trail. That means if there's no paper trail, there's no debt. You understand what I'm saying? This is how the casinos get down. So the attorneys for the women, Jeffrey of the law firm of Fabian Van Cocht and Kevin Rosenberg of the Lowenstein and Weatherwax LLP, contend the Sands may have violated federal anti-money laundering rules, prohibiting casinos from helping players keep their names off the books. Ding, 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 ding. So if you have a gambling problem and celebrities are known for trying to keep things hush-hush and out of the media, because how would it look? A celebrity like Bruno Mars reduced to performing for pennies or less than his full salary because he owes $50 million. How would that look? And the casino, knowing that this man has a gambling problem, let him run up a debt for that high. The casinos are trying to put it out there that these, that these celebrities allegedly have debts. No, they're not. And honestly, you know what? They're absolutely not trying to tell. So, of course, they could deny, this is false. Bruno doesn't owe $50 million. Consuela owes $50 million because it's under Consuela's name. She owes the casino $50 million. Or basically, it's anonymous. I don't have to tell you if Bruno owes that money or not. But we added more shows if you want to see Bruno. If you want to see Bruno, we've added more shows. Come down. He'll be here for a while paying his debt off. Go ahead. Go see him. Allegedly. So, you hear this? Casinos allow people to gamble with no paper trail. So if there's no paper trail, there's nothing. They don't have to, come out and say Bruno owes the money. There's no paper trail. We just know that there's a debt. We know. Us MGM, we know. And Bruno knows there's a debt or not. But as far as the paper trail, there's no paper trail. Okay. So lawyers describe the women as the bottom of the rung of a network of hosts and handlers who court wealthy gamblers from China and sometimes help them play anonymously. You don't anonymously? This is in Las Vegas that they're doing this. Since all sides knew the debt were a sham, the attorneys argue Sun and Yang markers the IOUs players signed to get credit from the casino should be null and void. The women were the real victims here, the attorney alleged, and the court should dismiss any effort to have them convicted or for activities the Las Vegas Sands initiated and to which it was completely complicit. Sands spokesperson Ron Reese called the allegations a smokescreen intended to distract from the debts the women owe. The company has no clear evidence these women were recruited by Sands employees. The case, unreported in the media until now, opens a window into how Las Vegas casinos keep multi-million-dollar bets sloshing freely across gambling tables in post 9/11 when big cash transactions have come under tighter U.S. regulatory control. Now, do you understand why they would not want to have this out? Let me repeat that part. The case unreported, they were trying to keep it out the media, opens a window on how Las Vegas casinos keep multi-million-dollar bets sloshing freely across gambling tables. when big cash transactions have come under tighter U.S. regulatory control. So there are some guidelines to these big $1 million bets. Another reason why MGM Grand might not want to be all vocal about Bruno's debt. In interviews, Las Vegas industry executives, casino floor employees, and independent agents say the use of shills is a frequent practice at some casinos catering to high-stake players. The episode also shows how crucial Chinese money also has become important to the American gambling capital at a time when... Oh, my eye. Hold on. Where other locations have eclipsed Las Vegas as the world's biggest betting hub. In recent years, Vegas has tried to draw wealthy mainland Chinese gamblers, often to the baccarat tables, by loading up casinos with exclusive VIP rooms featuring the decor of like other places that are popular to gamble at. The effort to pay off. So the effort paid off over the years, the past decade, as overall gambling revenue on the Strip stagnates. Baccarat winning for casinos nearly doubled to $1.3 billion. Asian accounts for as much as 90% of baccarat gambling in Las Vegas, with the majority being Chinese, says Steve Rosen, president of the casino consulting company. So, yes, y'all, they might not be obligated to tell you. They might not be obligated to tell you nothing. So here's another thing that they want to know. They're talking about money laundering. This is why MGM might not want to talk about this. The U.S. law enforcement officials have become increasingly concerned that inadequate vetting of customers and huge cash transactions could make Vegas a target for money launderers. It's a violation of the federal anti-money laundering laws to help gamblers evade financial reporting requirements and stay anonymous. I fear there may be a culture within some pockets of the industry of reluctant compliance with the bare minimum, if not less. So basically, a lot of these casinos are trying to keep these people anonymous. The Sands, for instance, paid $47 million in 2013 to settle a U.S. Justice Department investigation after the discovery that alleged Chinese Mexican drug trafficker lost more than $84 million at the casino. The U.S. attorneys say the Sands continued to do business with this man even when he told casino employees he was wiring money in small bits to avoid government scrutiny. According to a statement of the facts, the Sands agreed to as part of its settlement with the Justice Department that the drug deal, the trafficker, is currently in a U.S. jail in Virginia awaiting extradition to Mexico on drug charges. More recently, federal authorities have been scrutinizing practices at U.S. casinos that allow gamblers to play without leaving a paper trail. So once again, they don't have to tell you who owes what, especially when it comes to a big amount of money like $50 million. So y'all could call me, that this story's fake and this, then the other. Child. For example, last year, FinCEN fined a Caesars Entertainment Corp casino $8 million for poor anti-money laundering control in its VIP saloon. Caesars Palace, in a civil settlement with the Treasury Department, admitted to permitting high-stake gamblers to play using other people's credit, potentially allowing guests to conceal their identities and transactions and play anonymously. This year, the regulatory fined Southern California Hawaiian Gardens Casino $2.8 million for violating anti-money laundering rules. Hawaiian Gardens admit allowing players to gamble anonymously even after gamblers had attracted suspicion at the casino. In the Sands case, exactly how the two women each ended up owing more than $1 million came under question after prosecutors brought the criminal charges in separate cases last year. Now, in Nevada, failing to pay a gambling debt is a federal criminal offense compared to passing a bad check. So, MGM is not under any obligation, once again, to stop a gambling addict from gambling. MGM is under no obligation, really, if considering paper trail, to let you know that Bruno has a debt. They don't have to tell. They don't have to stop this man from gambling. So y'all, they don't have to admit to anything. When it comes to that big amount of $50 million, there might not even be a paper trail for that money. But now that it came out, they got to deny. Because, $50 million is something that got to be reported. You get where this is going, y'all. Okay. On that note, I'm out. I got to go. Bye. Child. These casinos ain't no joke. You won't catch me sitting a foot up in there. Nah.